Hi Nirmala, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Daya. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have forwarded the meeting invite to Preeti. She said she didn't receive it. I forwarded this to her.
Oh, okay.
She might be joining soon.
Okay. So then we'll wait for some time. I think yesterday I shared the document. I think the screenshots which I shown, the config things are basically I shown in the Excel, which I take it separately. That also I will send it to you today. Hello. Hello. Yeah, Nimala Priti is able to join, or she's struggling to
I
join?
no, she replied that thanks. Probably she should be joining because she replied me like 7 minutes back.
Okay.
She put the link.
I think she's getting some problem.
I think we could start.
Okay. Then anyway, I will share the recording with her. Um, yeah. Today we will discuss on profitability analysis. I mean, on with S4 Hana. So as just we will see again, we will refresh some of the things on uh, costing based COPA and accounting based COPA. Yesterday already we discussed, but let's see some of the things, other things also. So then we will go to the things on accounting based COPA and what are the changes are coming in, and also what are the additional things also is coming in, which we'll see all. Okay. So basically, the in the current system, you also in the classic system, we can see two things: costing based COPA as well as we can activate the accounting based COPA as well. So costing based COPA, as we discussed, basically there is no change. The costing based COPA refers to the form of profitability analysis that groups the cost and revenues according to the value fields. And costing based COPA valuation approaches in a separate persistence. This solution has been available for many years. I think this is there in from the classic from I mean, and they are not touching this, and it is continuing as it is. There is no difference at all. I mean, there is no changes on S4 HANA and costing based COPA especially. Okay. And accounting based COPA refers a form of profitability analysis which all cost and revenues stored in accounts, I mean GL accounts. So this is, I mean, on accounting based COPA, we can see the lot of, I mean, especially in accounting based COPA point of view, we can see a lot of changes here, and they have enhanced a lot accounting based COPA, and because they are integrating these with the universal journal. So those are all the things we can see in the coming pages. And profitability analysis in the universal journal refers a new form of profitability analysis, which is a part of SAP S4 Hana product now. So that's what I mean. We are integrating accounting based COPA with universal journal. So that is a major change we can see. As a change, we can see so many implications as well. And also we can see a lot of, we can see the more, whatever the more functionalities also on accounting based COPA. So they enhanced a lot of functionalities, and those are all which are all not available earlier, which are only available on casting based COPA. And the same thing again now most of the not 100%, but most of the things are available on accounting based COPA as well. So how they enhanced and all those things we will see in the we will see today. So new profitability analysis in universal journal looks like this basically we have seen in the first session, right? So those are all the profitability segments you can I mean those are all or clubbed with universal journal. So all the profitability segments you can track under the universal journal. This is integrating with universal journal. So whatever the profitability segments you can create, so directly you can track all those information under universal journal. Okay. So universal journal provides one common consistent view of financial information. Accounting based COPA has, I mean, that's what is integrated with ACDOCA concept. That is with the universal journal. The journal entries in this table contains all relevant data of business transactions posted in different application components, including profitability segment as well. I mean, on what are profitability segments which we are creating on accounting based COPA, that those information we can see now on we can track under this universal journal. So it's a, I mean, technically accounting based COPA. So basically it is integrating with universal journal, all the profitability characteristics, profitability characteristics we can see now on HDOCA table. So if you see this particular chart, I mean, you can see I mean, you can see the portion of profitability segment at the end of this thing. So the market segment, material, customer fields. We have already seen this in the system also. So in the same way, when you create the characteristics, so those things will be tracked under universal channel. Okay, that is a change, and also we can. I mean, an important new feature is in universal journal is that profitability characteristics are stored directly in the line item level. And in principles, this allows profitability characteristics to the persisted for every P&L item with the primary postings, assuming that the attributes are available time of the posting. That means whatever you create, once you, I mean, go on migrated to S4 Hana, whatever the profitability segments you can create, those are all will be available at SAP level. And whatever you posted and during the primary posting itself, it will be tracked at your SEDOCA level. So that's why you don't require the reconciliation as well. Okay. So while accounting based COPA, I mean, data is, I mean, integral part of the universal journal. The costing based COPA data is still stored in the same tables like C1, C2, C3, C4. Those are all not changing, but earlier accounting based COPA used to store in the different tables like COEP and all. So that now it will be directly storing in ACDOCA table. So when we talk about the costing based COPA, which we'll use to store the information in C1, C2, C3, C4 tables, so that is not changing. It is going as it is, and it is storing. I mean, we are using the same tables for costing based COPA. There is no change at all. Okay, and with S4 HANA 1610, basically below functionalities remain unchanged. That means the definition of your operating concern, definition of characteristics, and posting logic for the profitability segment. These are all unchanged. I mean, there is no change in all these functionalities. All these even for configuration of your operating concern and all those things are not changed. So these we are doing as it is. But what are the changes are coming in? That also we will see. So one feature which we are getting is attributed profitability segment derivation. This will be only works on, I mean, accounting based COPA. So how it will works that we will see. I will show you where we are doing the configuration also. Basically, this attributed characteristic derivation is automatic derivation of profitability segment for all the P&L items which do not carry a real account assignment of to PSC. Okay, that means it will be automatically derived the profitability segment without giving the real account assignment. How this logic will work, that we will see. See, for example, you are posting something to the some document, and you are not giving the PSC. So, for example, you're posting to the internal order. So, for the internal order, you are posting, but you are not directly giving the PSC. In case if you how in the normal system also how it is going. So basically when you define the settlement rule, when you give the PSG from there, when you do the settlement, it will be goes and updated in the Coupa. But now the thing is you need not to do the settlement event. So without doing the settlement, also you can see this information in the Coupa. So how it will be derived? So for example, it will be first. I mean, there are certain priorities for this. The priority one is for it will be read from the settlement rule. In case if it is not find the PSG, and again it will goes to the internal order master data. So in the internal order, whatever the information, for example, you have not mentioned PSG here, then it will see the account assignment. For example, if you activate this particular functionality for the internal order, then whatever the account assignment you are giving at internal order level, for example, you are giving the sales order there. So again, it will go and search in the sales order for the account assignment information. For example, in the sales order account assignment, you given the PSG. So then it will be take that information again. It will be flow to Coupa. So in that way, the logic will work. Still, if that will not find the information, again it will I mean go into the next level kind of things. So in that way, they have we have I mean this new functionality of attributed probability segment will be work, and this will work for the account assignments of all the below things for cost center, internal order, sales order, production order, projects, and functional order. These things we need to activate in the system. Where we are activating that we will see. So this is a place where we are doing all those things. Let me. So this is a place. Basically, we are activating all those stuff here. So if you wanted to activate the automatic, this attributed profitability segment derivation for cost center, for internal order, you can give internal order. Say if in case if you wanted to activate for P&L items, then you can take this button. And in case if you wanted to activate for balance sheet item as well, and when this will be coming to the picture, when customer projects will come into the picture. So those two options will be available and you can activate for projects as well. You can, that means if you have the PS module, if you have the WBS elements and all those stuff, then you will use, you will activate this option. And also if you have a sales order accounting, sales order cost accounting, and then you can activate for the sales orders as well for production. All these cost objective can be activated and can be available for attributed profitability segment derivation. Okay, but the logic, I think you need to understand that basically when we do the primary postings, that point of time we are not giving the PSG, but we are giving the internal order. So the logic how it is working, it is going and it is checking in the internal order first, and then it is checking again, going inside again, it is checking whatever the account assignment you are giving there. But we should, for example, you are activated for internal order, so it will be only work for internal order. If you activate for internal order and sales order, all those things, then it will be work for all the cost objects as well. Okay, so for example, in my case, I am activating for internal order, so it is going and it is checking in the internal order. So in case if it is not find the PSG in the settlement rule, then it is going again and checking in the account assignment which you are giving in the internal order level. Then again it is trying to fetching that PSG information and posting it to the Coupa. Okay, this is what it works like. This will, the prerequisite for this is the corresponding GL accounts must be one of the following account type: the primary cost revenue or secondary cost. And also this is exceptional cases for the customer projects. Also, it will work on the balance sheet items as well. And the derivation of the characteristics is activated per account assignments for the below cost objects. I mean, you can activate this functionality for all these cost objects like cost centers and internal orders, sales orders, production orders, projects, and all these things. And functionalities improvements in standard derivation is basically all the information that available and known at that point of primary posting is taken into profitability segment and posed to the cost objective with high level COPA characteristics like market segment, and no need to execute assessment cycle and settlement to show market segment information. That means, so for example, in the internal order, I mean earlier, when you was settled, then only you can able to track that information. Now you need not to settle also. So it will directly with this particular functionality, it will directly and go and read in the set in the PSG from the settlement rule. If it can find, then it will be read and it will be track that the same information. In case if it will not find, then it will looks into the next level kind of. Okay. And automated derivation is managed in flexibly in customizing by cost objective type and corresponding categories. And also upon primary posting derivation is a trigger to fetch additional details, scope characteristics like material, customer, and also material, customer, and etc. basically. Okay, and the profitability characteristics of balance sheet items for customer projects. Only this will be work only for in exceptional cases where you have the customer projects and all those stuff. So these profitability characteristics for the balance sheet items for the especially for the customer projects. For example, you have the scenarios like you are going for the big projects like for example we are into ERP implementation. We are into different phases. So the different, I mean, sometimes we wanted to see the, I mean, the accrual, prepays, calculations on all those things we wanted to do for customer projects. That point of time, we will use profitability characteristics for the balance sheet items as well. And this functionality is to derive the profitability characteristics for some balance sheet items, which is available for the specific scenarios on only in S4 Hana Cloud. And this functionality is working only on S4 Hana Cloud. It is not working on the on-premise versions for, I mean, especially for profitability characteristics on the balance sheet items. This is only working on the cloud platform. It is not working on the on-premise versions. And this is very, I mean, when you see the service-based companies, and you can see these kind of scenarios like your accruals, prepaid calculation, all those stuff. That point of time, we will use this functionality. Productivity characteristics for the balance sheet items also we can use. And within the customer project scenarios, basically that's what we will track all those expenses, and so that's what every month end, that whatever the billing you did and whatever the I mean whatever the billing you did, whatever the accruals and whatever the prepays, whatever the information which you wanted to see. For those again, we will use this particular scenario. Okay, we will track all those at WBS level, and end of the month again we will do the result analysis to track all those prepays and calculate prepay and accrual information on your information on your for the balance sheet items and all. Okay, the information of the projects and the related profitability attributes can be reported at the project and project actual and market segment level also. It is possible. Okay, and working process settlement for producing balance sheet postings line items are enriched with profitability characteristics similar to P&L line items. This is only exceptional cases, only when we have a scenarios of customer projects and all. So generally, it will be not available for all the other scenarios, but only this particular scenario for customer projects. When you have a PS, when you wanted to calculate all these things, then that point of time it will work. Okay, and cost of this is one thing. I mean, profitability characteristics and for the balance sheet items, and also one more. The major things which we can see here is the functionalities from accounting based point of view. The cost of goods sold split at cost component level. So basically, this functionality was only available for costing based COPA earlier. So now this functionality is also available on accounting based COPA as well. This is what I mean, they have enhanced a lot on these kind of things on accounting based COPA. So earlier when you post, especially for the COGS point of view, when you post, I mean, when you activate the accounting based COPA, if you wanted to track the COGS split, if your customer wanted to see the breakup for your COGS, that was not possible. Okay, you can see at single GL account level, so overall high level, the COGS you can see. But what is my, for example, my COGS, the breakup, the labor is some expenses from labor is this much, and external labor is this much, and material fix is this much, and material variable is this much, and overhead is this much. And this also I wanted to see as a customer, I wanted to see all this information, which was not available earlier, which is available now on accounting based COPA. So when customer wanted to see this information on the classic, they must and should go for a costing based COPA. They need to activate it. Then they need to customize accordingly. Then they can able to track, see that information on, I mean, costing based COPA. Only available on costing based COPA. This functionality is added on accounting based COPA. So how we are managing the situation also, we will see how we are doing the configuration and where we are doing the configuration. Now anyway, this functionality is available, and what we need to do for this and what are the things we need to do for this, that we will see. So basically we can see that I will show you the customization path for that. Yeah, here we will do the customization. See, for example, and this is working from 1709 onwards. So earlier, these functionalities is yet to completed, and even in 1610 in the initial support packages, this did not work. Basically now on 1709 onwards, it is working. We can, I mean, but earlier, I mean, they have targeted by the, I mean, 1610 version kind of, but now 1610 support pack 3 onwards, this functionality is available. But in all the 1709 versions, basically this functionality is fully, you're getting this functionality is available now. And now if you can see this, so whatever I mean, you need to create the cost splitting profile here. Okay, and see, for example, so my cost split, I mean, for example, I am using I mean, I have a breakup for my cost split, like my material cost and my overhead cost, my activity cost, and I want the breakup in the same way. So for that, I need to, I mean, we need to have a setup in the system. So where we need to do the setup for cost component split, I think we knows it. So the cost component structure which we'll create. So here, let me show you that as well. Okay. So anyway, this cost component structure we need to create accordingly. So for that, we need to, I mean, whatever the breakup we have there. So according to that, again, we need to take in those things into consideration. and according to that we need to do the customization here. For example, this is my cost component split. So for that I have created in the breakup. Okay, first what we need to do is, first we need to define the COGS account first. So the main COGS account, then whatever the breakup you want. For example, for me, I think this is not new for accounting costing based scope. In the same way, we used to do earlier the value fields and all those value field mapping. However, we used to do for the breakup. In the same way, for the COGS, now the main GL account we need to create, and also we need to create the multiple GL accounts for the breakup purpose. For example, for my direct material, I wanted to see the breakup. So this I have to create the GL account, and for my creditors and third party and metal overhead and personal time and machine time, these are all my for example my activities and all those things we can create as, I mean, for every whatever the breakup you want, whatever the component you are using in your split. So for every line you need to, for every component you need to create it as a GL. So then you need to attach this GL to the main GL account. That means the main COGS is my, which I am tracking with for 503 00000. For this I have to map again all these GL accounts, which I wanted to see the breakup. Okay, so in this way this will be works. Okay, I can say first point number one, we need to define the cost component structure accordingly. So for example, my Y1 is a cost component structure. Let me show you that as well. So my Y1 is a cost component structure. So we need to create the cost component structure here. So this this is the prerequisite. We need to have the cost component structure here. So for the same thing, again you come here. Okay, this cost component structure. I mean, you need to create the splitting profile here for the controlling with the combination of chart of accounts that you need to assign here. And for that, again, the COGS main GL account, whatever you are using, that you need to map to the, for all other GL accounts which you wanted to have the breakup. So for the breakup, first you need to create the GL accounts, and second thing is the main GL account also, main COGS GL account also you need to create, and you need to analyze your cost component structure. According to that, you need to create your GL accounts for the breakup, and that finally you need to map to your main GL account. Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing is here the default thing is also given the option. That means if you are if you don't have certain information is not available at one, for example my mission time or my setup cost or whatever, it is not available. When I say it is a default, so when the information is not available here, it directly it will be posted to your direct material. That way it will work as it, I mean this particular option.
Okay, if you
Okay.
have that cost component number as 101, 102, all that stuff, right? From where is that deriving here?
Yeah. Yes. So for every component, we need to assign the GL account.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. First point number one is basically the components which we are defining at your or split level, cost component split. So those things we need to take into consideration. For every component, we need to create a GL account, and we need to create the main GL account. That main GL account we need to map with for all the breakup GL accounts which you wanted to see. So then it will work.
These are the company code settings on your left. Do we?
So
this
will be company. Yeah, company code settings is basically when you assign, if you wanted to you want the functionality for only for your company code for 1710, so then you can activate only for 1710. This is mandatory, so it is at company code level. So you can, if you give this information for your company code, so then it will work for your company code. the cost splitting profile, if you assign to your company code, then only it will work. If you not assign, then it will not work. So I have assigned to my company code here.
And then the document type mapping.
Document type mapping is basically
Is it the? I just want to see whether it is a CO document or.
Yes, document type mapping is basically which document type you wanted to track. So in case you wanted to see in the same, for example, when you post a document, so if you wanted to differentiate for my breakup, whatever I wanted to see for my COGS, I wanted to see with a different, not with the original document type, I wanted to see with a different document types I wanted to track. In that point of time, I will use this functionality. Otherwise, no need.
Otherwise,
Generally,
it will
will
just
not
take
use.
the. Otherwise, it will take the original document like CO only.
Original document. Yes. Generally, will not use. In case you wanted to have differentiate, then I mean they are giving this particular option. Even these kind of things we have seen in SAP accounting also, where for example my different accounting principles I wanted to see with a different document type, wanted to differentiate with a different document type or not. If you want, then you can. We were seeing that original document type to the other document type. So in the same way here also we are doing that original document type you don't want to see, you wanted to see with a different document type. So then you can map, you give the original document type here and map document type which you wanted to see. So while posting, what it will do is, but it will be, I mean, instead of this, it will goes and it will track under this particular document. It will replace the document type with new document type which you are giving here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This is one thing, and there are a couple of things which we need to be taken care. So we are facing some issues. I mean, whatever the issues we have faced in our experience. So that those are all I captured here. It is not working. I mean, in the real time also we are facing a lot of problems. And initially we did not understand what exactly we need to do, and again we I mean, approached these guys, SAP guys, and they supported a lot. So, which there are certain prerequisites basically which we need to take in care to get this functionality. If you do the mistake there, if you not do the all those things, so then it will not work. So those things and also it has a certain limitation. Still, it is not working. So for a couple of things, those things also we'll see. So first, what we need to do is we need to analyze the costing requirements to, I mean, whatever the, I mean, for example, if how customer wanted to see the cost split. So that information we need to take from the customer, and we need to create the GL accounts for the detailed costs such as material, overhead cost, and all. For example, my client wanted to see the information for for example, for labor, for external labor, for material variable, overhead, administration. In case he wanted to see something else also here, for example, he wanted to see admin also, he wanted to see the marketing expenses and all those stuff, you can add one more component here. So like that, you need to first you need to take the inputs from the customer, however you wanted to see is a breakup for the cost. That we need to those inputs we need to take into consideration first, and then for each and every component we need to create the GL account, create the GL account for the detail costs. First, I mean, the main GL account we need to create for the high level whatever the information. I mean, one single GL account, the high level you wanted to see the costs, that we need to create first. For all the breakup for every component, again we need to create the GL accounts. Okay. The second thing we need to do that as well, and then we need to set up the customization as we have as we seen in the system. So main GL account map to the breakup whatever that you wanted to see. For those GL accounts you need to map this main GL account. And other prerequisite is basically this, whatever the split you are going to be mapped here, or whatever the split you wanted to see, that split first you need to create in the system. Okay, and all the lines should be in I mean that should be in line with your I mean with the split which you are activating here. Okay, and also we need to ensure the costing run is executed and correct. I mean that's what. So these are all the prerequisites. I think even in this is in the costing based scope also. So earlier, if you don't have the cost estimate, then it will be not work. Even the same rule is applicable here. We need to make sure that and ensure that the costing run should be executed, and also that current cost estimate is should be released, and that should be updated in the middle master. Otherwise, it will not work. This is a normal rule in which you are applying in even in the classic as well. Okay, that also is in the same way we need to do. Now we are, because we are doing for activity, I mean this same functionality we are doing for accounting based COPA. So the function is looks like same as your costing based COPA. Uh, anyway, you must and should release the cost and update the middle master, then only it will be go and read from there. Okay, that is not changing anyway. And the cost of goods sold can only be split with restrictions. What are the restrictions that we will see? Splitting of the cost is performed in S4 Hana, even in 1605 and 1610, in line with the following criteria. So what is happening is the COGS GL accounts should be defined as a cost elements. In case if you all the COGS GL accounts, whatever the breakup you wanted to see, those things should be there. Those should be created as a cost elements and should be available in the system. And there are goods issue or reversal or return for the goods issues. That means once first thing is you need to create the split, you need to create the GL accounts, also you need to release the cost, and finally you need to do some movement for the good. That means you either you issue the goods or do reversal or do goods receipt or whatever. At least there should be a movement for the goods, so then only it will work. Okay, the first movement is happened, so then it will be work. If there is no goods movement, then it will not work. And also, good movement should be occur for the sales order. That means this functionality is working for sales order. This functionality, if the sales order costing is not activated, also it is working with the bad. That information we will see later. For the goods momentum should be occurs for the sales order, then only it will work. And for the customizing option for defining the split of the cost of goods sold is maintained correctly for the cost of goods sold account. So for the COGS account, all the split should be there, should be available in the system. And for the split, also all the GL should be available in the system. The split GL account should be mapped to the main GL account, and also split should be created. So all these should be there in the system before we go for sales order. I mean movement things. When you do, for example, delivery, that point of time we need to take in care. Before that, we need to take in care of all these things. Okay, and this setup should be there in the system. Then only it will work. And also a valid standard cost estimate is maintained. That's what we should release the cost, and we should be update the master, and then only it can be go and read from there. So otherwise it will not work. And that's what all valid standard cost estimates is maintained. And if any of these things will be if you any of these things will be missed, then it will not work. Okay, that is the criteria basically. And even it is not work, even it have the certain limitations. The cockpit is still not supporting for the stuck STO, but I have seen this functionality is working from 1709. On 1709, it is working. Okay, earlier it did not work, but now it is working. For STOs, cockpit for support for stock transport order and for third-party processes point of sales and for the evaluation for the actual costing. This did not work till 1610, but the latest things, especially on 1709, especially on only for STO and third-party processes, the COX split also it is working for both of them. Okay, and also the COX fixed and variable breakup is not available in financials. Okay, this breakup for fixed and variable, if you wanted to see, that is not working. I think in the 1709 also it is not working. Okay, got it, or any doubts here? So when you define your cost component structure, and you will say whether it is fixed cost or variable cost. So right. So this functionality, the COX, if you wanted to track in the same way the COX fixed and variable, that functionality will not work.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And this is one thing about COX. This is a major change, I can say. This is a very important and a major change we can see on accounting based COPA, and especially on S4 Hana, which because of this, and most of the times the clients always looks for costing based COPA earlier. This is one of the major functionality that everybody looks for this earlier. So that's why they always used to go and activate the costing based, where they always likes to go with accounting costing based COPA. So now, because of that, again they enhanced this functionality as well. But same thing is available on costing based COPA. In the same way it will work. Same functionality if you wanted to get in the same way in the classic, however you are working, same way will get that functionality. Also, it is enhanced and it is working on with the certain limitations. It is working on accounting based COPA as well. Okay, and what else customer is looking? I mean, what else customer is looking for costing based COPA earlier? Why he always hesitate to go for accounting based COPA? One more important functionality also is there. So that also we will see. There are some other things also which are available only in costing based COPA at that point of time. Oh, now which is enhanced on accounting based COPA. One more important functionality is basically this. I mean your variances also, production variances. Let me check. So we can see that this functionality of production variance split also, that is not available on accounting based COPA classic, which is available on S4 Hana and accounting based COPA as well. We will see here. Yeah, the production variance split. So this is also available now. So production variance split earlier also, the only if you wanted to track on the single GL account with only production variances you used to track under only production variance. But now all my input side or output side, my input price variance or input quantity variance or my resource uses remaining variance or lot size variance, or for output side also what are the variances coming in, that I wanted to see as a breakup. So that functionality earlier it was not available, only it was available on costing based COPA. So now it is also available on accounting based COPA. So where we will do the setup for that, we will see here only. Okay. In the same way, for the cockpit, however we are doing, we need to create the price difference splitting profile here. So in the same way, we need to define here, and we need to give the detailed price difference accounts, and we need to activate it. So for example, if I wanted to have the breakup for my production variances, like my input price variance and input quantity variance, or lot size variance, or remaining variance, or resource uses variance, or mixed price variance, and all this stuff, again we'll create in the same way. The logic is looks same almost for like box. You need to create the main price difference account. Then you need to create the you need to create the GL account for other the breakup which you want. For example, I want only price difference and quantity difference, input price variance, and I wanted to track input quantity variance, and resource usage variance, and mixed price variance, and lot size variance, and all this stuff. So I can create 4 GL accounts, 5 GL accounts which I wanted to see. There are 9 categories basically. Those 9 GL accounts we need to create. Those 9 GL accounts we need to map for main GL account in the same way which we are doing for Cockpit as well. Okay. So this is the area where we are doing that setup. It is very similar. Only the thing is what we are doing there. We are doing this. However, we are tracking the cockpit in the same way. We will do it for price differences. All the price I mean, the production variance is split, whatever the categories we have. That input price and quantity and all those stuff, lots of variance and all. For them, again, we need to create the GL account as a map for the main GL account. That's it. So this functionality also available. Okay, and yeah, the production variance can occur in I mean that's what when it will be occurred. That these are all we need not to discuss much basically. So this is I mean you see the product costing. So this is a common thing. So the month end we will run the variance. I mean, WIP and variances when it will be calculated the WIP, when it will calculate the variances, and when that I don't want to go in detail. So when just once it when you have the I mean the order, it depends on order status, so it will be calculated, and when you have order status of tick or delivered, then it will be calculated the variance at that point of time. So when it used to earlier only posted for the single GL account, now you can track for the breakup with the detailed information also you'll get, which was available only for costing based scope earlier, which is available also now for accounting based scope. Okay. So this is what in the production variances can. Okay, this is before S4 Hana product cost variances are posted on GL account only. Now it is for available for things also. And with the production cost variances input, yeah, that's what input quantity. There are other categories also can be defined as accounts and can be based. I mean, be used in the universal journal. Anyway, this will be definitely will be integrated with the universal journal. So all this information you can see in under. I mean, you can get the detailed information on detailed information as you are getting on like custom based scope as well. So I think today we will stop here. So just you can we'll continue to move. There are so many other points which we'll discuss tomorrow. So now I think just you can go through these screens and all. We'll share these documents also with you, and then we will discuss other points tomorrow, which are some other important things. I think it will take 1 more hour minimum. So we will continue tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have class Friday because it's a Saturday your time. Do we have class or Sunday evening?
We will make it on better Sunday evening, not Sunday evening. I think we will.
Sunday evening.
Sunday evening.
Is it Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday is a festival. Is there? We'll
okay.
see.
Monday
is festival. Is there? So better what we'll do is
I thought Saturday, Sunday is festival, not Monday, right?
Yeah. Then what we'll do is we'll continue tomorrow.
Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. No problem.
We'll continue tomorrow. We'll take off on Monday.
Okay, great. No problem. Thank you. Tomorrow.
That we will see anyway. The Sunday evening for you and Monday morning for me. That we will see. Basically, I will update. I mean, I will see.
That's fine. I thought it's Saturday, Sunday in India. But if you are going somewhere,
we will continue. No, tomorrow we will continue anyway.
Okay.
Tomorrow we will continue.
Okay, asset accounting, the ones with screenshots of the path and everything. You know,
I'll show you
you
that.
said
I
like
got
you
it.
don't want to.
I think this you want, right? I think I have not captured that information on
No,
that.
you
I
had an
have.
edge, but it had from your work. I know it is from your work. You had the other company's name and all, which you have. I think it was from 15001 1610 when you did that. I think it's from that screenshot.
I think I exactly not. I'm not able to recall that. So I have shown the screenshots here. I think, right? Not here or
Not
in
in
the
the Excel,
document
it's
also.
in the Word, in the Word document actually. Yeah, check it. You have it actually, not in the Excel sheet. It's a Word document. Like you have all the errors, what you got, everything is there actually.
I think I will check. I don't know. I think the document which I shared in the yesterday session, same thing you're
No, you
talking
just
about.
showed us not the document, the what you were showing in that one, like for the class, right? The one which you're working.
Yeah. Sure. I will share. And I have some other information also, which we were struggled a lot for a couple of things, and especially on 1610. That point of time, there are certain functionalities did not work. We have raised the couple of nodes and implemented couple of nodes. Then we were able to see all those functionalities. Those information also I will show you. I will share you even because if I share the client information, everything will come. We will do offline everything. So I prepared one document for that. What were the a couple of especially for those struggles which we did. So those things I will share you in. I'll ask Rajendra to don't record the session because those are all confidential client documents. Everything is there on the client logos and everything is there. So those also I will show you one day. And information which there is no logo, there is no. There is no confidential client kind of thing. I will share you everything. It's not a problem. Or I will copy from there and I will prepare one more document by copying that and I will share you that also. But now which you are
Tomorrow we
asking
have
is I think tomorrow we have. I think now whatever you are asking,
tomorrow
I
we
think
have 9 to 10, right? 9 to 10, the regular time only, like not the early 1 hour early, right?
No, same time.
9 to 10.
Same time. Same today's time only. That means 6:30 to 7:30 for me.
6:30. Oh God. Okay.
Today's time we will
Because
continue tomorrow. Next week onwards we will
next week
continue.
whole time because like 8 it is a little bit today it was
Early.
like really hectic for me because I had my son will be done with his class of 7:30 7:40. I had to rush and bring him home back.
Okay. So then we will continue from next week onwards in the same way. Tomorrow we will continue in this way because I am traveling somewhere, so that's the reason.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. And if you
Thanks,
have the
Simple. Have a nice day.
costing, okay. If you
Yeah,
have the
product costing, basic things. So many things are there. Product costing. Yeah, sure. And I'm giving the separate sessions for the controlling, the 4-month sessions. When the product costing things will come into the picture, I will let you know. You join those sessions as well because I am giving the very detailed information. It will at least it will be only on product costing. It will continue for 2.5 months. So that much of depth I'm giving. I'll let you know the point of time.
Yeah, that should be great actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nimala. Have a nice day. Bye.